Hello, everyone. My name is Don, the movie reviewer, and today we're going to be reviewing Snatched.
Here's to nothing getting in the way of our adventure.
Emily, I can't go to South America.
Wait, what?
My band is really blowing up right now. And where I'm going, there's gonna be like a ton of
Inspiration. Inspiration?
No pussy.
Hola. Checking for Middleton.
What's this?
Welcome.
Whale, what?
Welcome.
Oh, welcome.
They're not serving
so
whale
sorry,
semen.
baby.
Goldie Hawn and Amy Schumer play mother and daughter. They take a trip to Ecuador, where they get snatched up by a mysterious cartel or something. Amy Schumer's character in this movie is a girl who's down on her luck, and she just wants to go on vacation. Her character started off good, and it kind of reminded me of Anne Hathaway's character from Colossal. There were some funny bits in this movie, from the opening scene and the scene with her boyfriend. I really enjoyed that one. You get a good amount of character development from Amy Schumer here, but I feel it's a bit too much. Give room for Goldie Hawn to do something in this movie, because all Goldie Hawn does here is react like a frantic mother. That's fine and all, because that's how most mothers act anyway. But I felt like all of the screen time went to Amy Schumer, and Goldie Hawn got pushed to the side and got the short end of the stick. If I was the screenwriter of this project, I would have created parallel between the two characters. Show how both characters live their lives simultaneously, given an equal amount of screen time to fully flesh out both characters so they can get an extra amount of depth that I feel like they definitely needed. The lazy thing that this movie does is just show you one perspective, and then when the other character enters the room, all we get is a brief history lesson in one scene. That crap is stupid. Don't make this movie just about the daughter's life. Make this movie about the mother's life too, so that we as an audience can have a better emphasis on their relationship moving forward, so that later on, with that information, we care more about the characters and their circumstances. Because other than that, it was just shenanigans, one after another. And that's fine and everything. But when I don't have a close relationship with the characters, then who really cares at that point? If your jokes are funny, then maybe you could let it slide. But the jokes in this thing, yeah, the movie was, partially funny. Or I would say it was semi-funny. Ike, whatever his last name is, he's in this movie and he plays the annoying brother perfectly, because his character is definitely annoying. Wanda Sykes and Joan Cusack play a duo in this movie, and I think Wanda Sykes is pretty useless here. But Joan Cusack was playing a character joke, and throughout the movie, her character was the funniest person in this movie, hands down. There's one character in this movie, and I remember seeing him from Law & Order SVU, and seeing him in this, I've never really seen him play any other roles. You watch him in SVU, he's very serious, so it was a pleasant surprise to see him in this movie. And I think he was another funny character next to Joan Cusack. The character is so funny, and what the movie ends up doing with him is even funnier. And it's completely unexpected, I'll say that, and I really enjoyed it. Amy Schumer was good here. I liked her in Trainwreck. She's a good comedic actress. It will be interesting to see what she does next. Goldie Hawn, she's good here too. Classic actress. But the movie, I would say, it doesn't utilize her very much, besides with her just being like the generic frantic mother. But she takes it, runs with it, and she does a good job with it. This guy, he was funny. He had some banter back and forth with Ike's character, and they had some really good comedic moments in here together on screen. It was very funny. Jonathan Levine. This guy is the director of 50/50 and The Night Before. Sink that into your brain for a moment. I love both of those movies. So, how is it that this guy can direct something as bland as this? With both of those movies I just mentioned, Levine gave us characters who had heart and people that had a backstory to them in 50-50 and in The Night Before. And so try to think about that. And then you think about this movie, and it's just like, how the characters in this movie are just bland compared to those two movies. With this movie, it's just bland characters getting into shenanigans. There's really nothing memorable here. This movie is semi-boring. The movie starts off in a good place, but it ultimately ends up being nothing more than a bunch of shenanigans, then some minor family bonding. Like, it had its moments of, you're my daughter, I love you, you're selfish, but I think it didn't really try hard enough to perfect those moments and make them rich and make them really hit home to, all the mothers and daughters out there who saw this movie. It was just too easy. Everything was just too easily resolved with no real consequences or actual lessons being learned. It was also too forceful for my taste. I feel like the movie should have taken its time and built everything so not only do we have fun, but we legitimately care about these families, and we want to see what they do next. Also, the villain in here serves no other purpose than he's the bad guy. Like, there was no rhyme or reason as to why he was doing what he was doing. You just make an assumption, but the movie never really clarifies anything. I don't know. It's just used to set up the story, I guess. Overall, I'll give Snatched a B-. The movie was good in the beginning. I liked Amy Schumer in the opening scene and throughout. But I feel like they really shortchanged Goldie Hawn here, and they didn't give her anything beyond I'm the frantic mother. One or two scenes with some pep talk, and that's it. No real character development. Joan Cusack was the funniest character in this movie. I loved all of her scenes, and she didn't need Wanda Sykes. Christopher Malini was really great in this movie. The funniest person in here, and he had some really unexpected moments. I didn't expect anything that he did in this movie is really good. Honestly, I'd rather watch a spinoff of this featuring Joan Cusack and Christopher Malini's characters. That is what they should have done instead of this. Have a whole new movie focused on these two characters instead of, sidecast Goldie Hawn and Amy Schumer, who's good, but they pretty much underutilize her talent. The villain did nothing in this thing. He was just a plot device, not used in any effective manner. Yeah, this movie was pretty bland, but I thought it was okay. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.